We are building courses in Blackboard Ultra, and today I wanted to show you the different content containers you can use. And we've got three to choose from. You have modules, you have folders, and you have documents, and I have them set up here. The first things you see as you're looking at my Sandbox Ultra course, there are two modules. You'll notice these I can add images to. That kind of distinguishes what a module is, and inside of a module, you can place folders. That's the little item that looks like a folder, and the other final content container, it's called a document. Think of that as kind of a web page, and I'll show you these. There's not much to show you as far as a module goes. We can add a summary if we wish. There's a box for a summary right there that we could add. And inside of this, you can add folders. And one big difference between folders and modules is folders you cannot add an image to, like you can the module there, that little square. The other thing I want to say as a best practice, a module technically is considered a folder because you can place other things in it. So if we're abiding by that rule, no deeper than 2 folders, well, one folder is already too deep. So we've got our big folder here, our module, and then our other folder here. We shouldn't place folders inside of folders. You can place folders in modules and multiple folders if you wish. Inside of folders, and again, I can edit this and give this a summary as well if I wish. And inside of this, I can place our third content container and LTI link outs, as well as assignments and quizzes. But this last item, it looks like a paper here. This is called a document. And this one just says do this. I'll find another document here. There we go. And this one you can see I've got set up with a title, their overview, all the tasks and activities and assessments they're going to have. I have a nice little picture and a summary and some objectives. And these are set up in little blocks. And you can stretch these out if you wish. Stretch that out. It goes all the way across. I didn't want it that big though. That's better. I'll move this one back over. Oop, too far. Perfect. And this is set up as a title since it's my first thing. There are different heading structures in this. Start with the biggest one and moving from top to bottom and from left to right. These are set as a header. And anything underneath of that header is set as a subheader, and then the regular text is just as a paragraph, and these are set up in the same fashion. So I can add different content boxes using that little plus sign there, and content. And if I wanted this to be a little bit smaller, I could make it smaller and maybe fit it in between these two. There we go. So that's a little bit of how these work, and these are a document, and this was, I'm going to cancel that, close. This was inside of a folder, or could be inside of a folder. And these are inside of modules. And how do you create those? Well, I've got one right here, and I'm going to mirror creating this, my Gobi Desert. So again, to create anything in Blackboard, the thing we're looking for are these magic little plus signs. So I'm going to go ahead and create one, and I'm going to create a learning module. And I'm going to go ahead and call this the Gobi Desert. And give it an image. There we go. And I can even add my little summary. So now I have a module. If I want students to see it, I can go ahead and click that. But I want to add things inside of this module too. And this is where the folders and the documents will come into play. So I could create them right here because you can add anything you want into a module, except another module. So I've got a case study here. I'm just going to plop that in. Sometimes you have to fight with it. And now this is indented, so it is inside of this module. How did I do that? I took my little mouse, wait until I see my hand. I right-click and hold, and that grabs a hold of it. See, I've got a grip on it, and then you can move it anywhere that you want. Now, I can also click on the module and drop some things inside of it. So that was my model. I'm going to go ahead and create. I'm going to go ahead and first create a document, and I'm going to call this the module overview. And I'm going to start adding things into this using our little tools here. I'm going to add a content block. Go ahead and give it a title. This is going to be my Gobi Desert. And I'm going to grab a plus sign and add a new content block. These are going to be the module objectives. And remember, I started with my title, so this should be a header. I've got my objectives already set and ready to go. And I'm going to add one more thing in. I'll go ahead and add my summary. So this is a new section. I'm going to give it a new header and drop my summary in. And I could add images if I wish, and other items as well, but I think this is good for right now. Let's see, make you half, and this looks pretty on a computer screen. If this was a mobile device that I was seeing this on, I would see my title first, followed by whatever is in my next level from left to right. So I'll go ahead and save that. And now my module has a document, but I'm also going to add a folder. So same path inside of my module. I'm going to look for my plus sign, though I'm going to create this one outside. And I'm going to create a folder. And I'm going to call this Gobi Lecture and Readings. So this is where I'm going to put my lecture and all of my readings for my Gobi Desert. And you saw I created this outside of my module, but remember, you can just put your mouse over it till you see the hand, right click on it, and then you've got a grip on it and you can move it right inside of that module. And then you can start adding things to that. So here I have 2 plus signs. This is to add to the module. This little plus sign adds to my folder. So I'm going to go ahead and create my document for that. And this is going to be the lecture. And I can go ahead and add whatever I need into here. Title that. I'll fix the spelling as well. And I am off to the races to start adding my content in. Hope this helps you as you create your courses in Blackboard, knowing the difference between a module, a folder, and a document. These are our container structures in Blackboard Ultra for the content for your courses.